Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Welcome to... Oh. I'm used to you doing it. All right.
You have to leave that in. That was perfect.
All right. Welcome to Because Movies. On this
You fucked it up already. See, here's a lot. Look at all the stress I'm under whenever I'm doing it.
Welcome to Because Movies.
What's on this episode, Phil?
What if?
What if we made an episode?
What if we actually got through the intro in like 10 minutes?
You know what? We're going to have 10 minutes for the intro, 4.5 minutes for the actual show.
Yeah, pretty much. No, what if it's... Okay. Welcome to the show. We're doing things a little differently starting with this episode.
Naked.
And...
Why? Here I am talking to my mic, and I move it this way and go naked. Like, why didn't I say it to my microphone?
So it doesn't hear it. You'll
want that
notice, don't say for work content.
That you can see my erect pink straw. Pink.
Gotta suck really hard from it. We're PG.
Now, of course, like, look at this.
Great
When
time.
we're recording the fucking podcast, she decides to cut the fucking grass. You know how much bullshit, too, that I've been given? So I had to see my family this weekend. And we were talking like, hey, what does Leslie do around the house? I'm like, oh, she does her thing. She loves taking care of the garden and the lawn. Mm-hmm. And my brother-in-law, who's very like men are men and women are women, he's like, that's not fucking emasculating her doing the lawn. I'm like, okay, it's fucking 8,000 degrees outside. I can sit in here in the air conditioning. She wants to go out and do the lawn. Dude, what sane person says, no, I'm a man, I've got to do it?
What sane person looks at this situation and goes, Rob didn't make out on this situation? Like,
right?
He doesn't have to go cut the lawn.
I got to do the garbage because that's a guy thing. But the lawn, she loves doing the lawn.
Thing. None of this matters in terms of sex.
Men are garbage.
Maybe
so men take out garbage
afterwards, but you know,
get some garbage afterwards.
No, sex.
I don't understand.
Like if you do enough chores, maybe you earn it.
Well, I can't do the lawn.
You lost that one. All right. What if Rob didn't do that chore? Anyway, what if episode 1?
No, you're saying episodes.
Well, it's episode 1 of
What If. I don't like that name at all. I know it's based on the comic books, but it's got to be a hard sell for a marketing team. What's your new show? What if? What if what?
Well, what's your new podcast? Because movies.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Got you there.
What if? Because movies.
Actually,
you bring up hand in hand.
You bring up something good because I never read it, but I loved the idea of the What If comics. And like I read
the Marvel Zombies one.
Oh yeah, I used to collect the cards, the trading cards.
Right.
And they had some what if stuff in there. They also had origin story ones, and those were fun. So that would be a cool thing in the future. But anyway, this is what if taking this popular comic book type and using it now that we have variant timelines. If you haven't watched Loki, you're doing yourself an injustice. Mm-hmm. You probably should go watch our Loki episode before this. Didn't think of that through.
Didn't think of that through.
Didn't think of that sentence through. Oh, we're doing horrible with this episode. Oh my God.
Hey, for new people to the English language, welcome to Because Movies. What if
we're on the same level?
Ellipsis question mark. Is it what if question mark ellipsis or what if ellipsis question mark?
It's just what if ...
But then there's a question mark, isn't there?
I don't. Oh no, because it's ... and then it says the title of the.
Do you know what the ... is called? Because everybody I talk to a lot of time, because I spend a lot of time, especially with Americans.
Is it ellipsis?
An ellipsis, yeah. Because how many times am I talking to someone that they'll say, you know, the ... I'm like, yeah, the ellipsis. I didn't know that had a name.
Yeah, I don't know it off the top of my head. I knew it had a name. I just didn't know what it was called.
You know what's got to suck for conjoined chins? Conjoined.
That's what I have.
You know what has to suck for conjoined twins? When there's a semicolon.
All right, so this episode... The point of these are there's variant timelines in the Marvel Universe, and one decision can change a whole timeline of someone's life.
I think the ideology is what Stephen Hawking would talk about, where every single universe is splitting apart with every reaction that occurs. Mm-hmm. So, like every millisecond, it's splitting apart into variant alternate timelines. And what you might do in this one, you might cough, and the other one you didn't cough, and it's all the things that come up from that. Yeah, the butterfly effect of it.
Yeah. So this one is, what if Captain Carter were the first Avenger? Basically, taking Steve's place as Captain America.
But she's Captain Carter.
Which
doesn't make a lot of sense, in my opinion. She should have been like Captain England or Captain UK, because he's Captain America. It's not like he's Steve America.
It doesn't have to be the name of your country, though.
Yeah, but I mean, would you still? I mean, you know what? You're right, maybe, because a lot of people still do call him Captain Rogers or Rogers.
And she was already going to be Captain Carter in the other timeline, just in but not as Captain America.
I don't know. I guess that's the first thing for me when I was watching that stuck out is why wouldn't she be like Captain UK or Captain England or Captain Britain?
Well, on the pictures they use sometimes they have the shield not being like the star, but having the British.
The UK. Yeah, well, that's what it is in the show.
Flag. Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention to that.
I paid attention to everything, especially when she was holding it chest level.
I was dealing with getting sick from dinner, so I was watching and then I was getting sick, and it was just like so much fun. And then as soon as the show ended, I was like, "Yeah, I'm screwed." So we're here on a different day, anyway. During World War II,
late.
Yeah, Steve Rogers is initially chosen to be the world's first super soldier. However, a Hydra
Man.
A Hydra spy intervenes and almost kills Rogers.
Hydra One just fucking unplugs everything and fucks it up.
This is when Peggy's one decision was to stay in the area where where the experiment was taking place.
The change in time. She didn't go up into the balcony or whatever to watch it. She stayed down with all the men.
So she takes action instead of being up in the rafters, and that leads to... But Peggy Carter shoots the spy instead. Carter then volunteers instead to be given the serum and successfully becomes Captain Carter.
I did like that volunteer scene, though, because they're trying to set it up that... And I know this... I'm reading Bob Iger's biography right now. I think it's called The Ride of a Lifetime. Can't remember. But one of the things that they struggle with at Disney... Not so much they struggle with, but they have a lot of discussion about is the portrayal of women superheroes and just women in cartoons and whatnot.
Yeah. And black people.
Yeah, right.
Or minorities.
In his specific, in this part of the book, he's like, we spent a lot of time, especially once they bought Marvel, a lot of time focusing on women in these stories. And I liked that. So there's some I liked and some I kind of didn't like. I liked that Howard Stark was like, if we don't do this, it's fucked. Like, this is the only chance we got.
Yeah, it's the last chance.
Not Rensfield serum. Ren, I can't remember. The German guy. But if we don't use this, we're fucked. We're never going to be able to do it again. And she's like, fine, then I'm doing it. And all the guys are like, no, you're just a girl. But I did like how Howard Stark just turned around and he was like, great, awesome, get in it. I liked it for me, always constantly like thinking about all the rest of the big universe. Tony Stark is a womanizer, but he respects women. Like he never put down. He never think Pepper can't do anything because she's a woman.
What was his father?
That's what I mean. His father, I think, is where Tony got that thing from, because his father was with his mother for how many years? So his father might have been a womanizer, but his father respected women, knew that women were just as capable as men.
Yeah.
And I think that was a tiny little way that they show that really, really quickly. Like, kick ass. I don't give a fuck who's going in it. I only care about the science part of it. I don't give a shit. Go into it. Like, great. Girl, boy, don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter at this point anyways. Like, it's even if he did, it's about weighing the situation, and the other dude, the
fucking
chauvinistic piece of shit.
That was so
but that makes sense.
But that guy was so like cartoon, and it's cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
But he's a cartoon character. He's like, girls can't do that. Girls don't belong in the front line. They belong in the kitchen. You're like, come on.
But
man.
even now, there's people like that.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I saw him as too cartoony.
Your brother.
So fucking yeah, right. So he was so one dimensional that I was like, ugh. But
I think that was the point. They wanted to do that sexism situation
and do it quick. Don't have to fucking build anything up. Do that guy really, really
and then
quickly.
quip at it throughout the whole episode.
And then he's like,
which is fine.
He's like, later on, oh, it's my idea. I always wanted a woman in there.
Yeah,
but
that was the last 1/8 of the show.
Hey, I still remember it. One thing I will say for the show I really liked is the animation style. It's like there was, I cannot remember the name of the cartoon, but there was a Japanese Spider-Man cartoon that had this exact same animation style.
I like that they took the liberties in terms of it being a cartoon. Like, they weren't worried about her doing cyclone flips and stuff like that. Like, that wouldn't be reasonable in real life, even if she is a super soldier. But we all know it's a cartoon, so it's like kind of breaking the fourth wall, but kind of understanding. It's like,
yeah,
it's just a cartoon. We understand.
But also, like, it's a cartoon, and it's something that we already know, and we know it's kind of a variant, so they don't need to be so, like, committed to reality. You know what I mean? I like the animation a lot. I really, really enjoyed the animation. The voice, the actors, especially the actor they got for Steve Rogers, sounded fine.
Yeah, familiar.
I believe it's
sure.
the girl that did play Peggy Carr. I can't remember that actress's name.
On the movie or the ABC series?
I thought it was the same person. I'm pretty sure it's the same person. Yeah,
I'm not certain.
But either way, the animation was great. The story was a lot of fun, and what I liked was I didn't want to see an hour-long story of this. That would have dragged.
I would have been fine with it, but
I think it would have dragged. It was fast and it was quippy and it was fun.
The thing about this series is that from the trailer, which I didn't watch, but I'm hearing things about, where I don't like watching certain trailers. I don't like spoilers, right? But what I'm hearing is there might be cameos from What If series to What If, like, episode to episode.
Okay.
So, like, if something happened in terms of Peggy Carter being Captain Carter, she might show up as an Avenger in a later episode, which would be pretty cool. Yeah. Because they can do whatever they want with What If at this point.
I did like how she steps out of... Oh, and let me preface this by saying I found, if you're ranking all the Marvel movies, Captain America, the first Avenger, was near the bottom for me. I was really bored during that movie.
I liked it.
I enjoyed it, but the fact that he's in the middle of World War II and he goes and rescues his friends, and there's like a black dude there and an Irish dude and a Chinese dude that has to say that he's from Brooklyn. You're like, yeah, I get what you're trying to do, but yeah, that wasn't there.
I liked the first half of that movie. Mostly like him not being able to be what he wants and then becoming Captain America.
Because then it became kind of goofy and loony. I loved fucking Hugo Weaving right over the top as Red Skull. My whole point for bringing it up was I felt like this took a lot of the stuff from there and only had the good parts of it, which I really fucking liked.
Which is what they're going to do the whole time, basically.
Which was, I enjoyed this more than the movie Captain America.
Slogging through a movie that
and the fucking story.
Like. Okay, I get it.
They had the quick little setup between Steve and Peggy where they love each other, and she's all, you're my hero, and then done super fast.
I love that they took the same, like they had parallels. Even though she's Captain Carter and he's a wimp, they still had a love for each other and they still had the same kind of circumstances.
And I like how he effectively goes into an Iron Man suit,
which is awesome.
Yeah, it plays with the idea like, holy shit, is Tony Stark gonna become Iron Man if Steve Rogers is already kind of Iron Man? But now, of course, Steve is dead because I would have been back in the 40s, and then she's in the future.
Well,
now.
That's like a Mark I, right?
Yeah.
So who knows how it would have, like, is Iron in that like parallel? Did he keep evolving it? And is the son now in a even fantastic?
Yeah, like more even fantastic.
I think that's what you were getting at, right?
Yeah, but I liked how they. Also, it has to be said, man. So, of course, there's hundreds of thousands of animators for Disney. There have to be some that are into some weird shit, because you watch this movie and a big squid monster comes out and it's like grabbing Red Skull and squeezing him and he explodes.
It's like a Cthulhu or something.
Yeah, but you're like, okay, that's not what it's not very not kid friendly is the wrong way, but it's not very, like, a kid would want a whole octopus, I guess is what I'm saying. Not just the fucking tentacles to come out and pull everybody in. Yeah. I like that it was very, also it's very like hentai kind of tentacle pornish.
Only your mind would go there.
Hey, but man, some of those shots of fucking Captain Carter, I was
The
on
question
board.
is, how does that... Okay, so she gets... Basically what happens is she gets her powers. Steve gets the Iron Man suit, kind of Iron Man, Mark 1. Then they fight this octopus thing, squid thing that comes out of a portal that the red man...
Yeah, but it was from the Tesseract.
The opposite of the blue man group. Red Skull.
You imagine a bunch of Germans. We are the Red Man group. You will listen to Hydra.
So he opens a portal with the
Gal
Tesseract.
Gadot impression.
My question...
As a red German man.
You have to do it in every... Anyway, he opens up a portal with the Tesseract, and the octopus squid thing comes out. Gotcha?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm picturing it in my head by looking at ceiling tiles.
It keeps growing for some reason. I couldn't understand why it kept growing.
And you wonder why my mind goes to porn.
Anyway.
A tentacle monster that wraps around a woman and starts to grow.
So it doesn't come into our world and keep growing. She pushes it back into the portal and goes with it.
Apart. Yep.
All right. Then how many years later?
Well, 70, because he was in the ice for 70 years, right?
Okay, so 70 years later, she comes...
Hold on. No, that's wrong. It's going to be 60 years, because 45 is when the war ended. So 45...
a certain allotment of time goes by, and Eye Patch...
Yep. Black Eye Patch. She's by Rudy Ray Moore.
and Metal Arm. Eye Patch. Who was with Eye Patch
Cockeye.
at the time?
Cockeye.
That's right, Cockeye.
I always wish that they would have like Cockeye turn around and be like one of his eyes just crossed and like, oh, it's Cockeye.
Or falls at. They bring him out. Bring him.
The variant universe.
Bring Captain Carter out, and she's sliced the tentacle and comes out and goes, whoa.
Or Steve Rogers.
Question is, did that time just go like that in a second? Like, was she frozen in that area? Was there a certain amount of time she was there? It makes it seem like it was like 30 seconds maybe.
But they talk about like when you go to places where time moves differently, that like think of Inception, right? 7 years on, or 1 hour on the planet that they went to that's covered in water is 7 years back home. So when they were...
Yes, but that was because of the black hole.
Right. But that's what it could be, right? When she's going into the universe, it could be the center of a black hole.
Was the Tesseract, like the thing behind the Tesseract is one of the Power Stones, right? Which stone was it?
Inside of the Tesseract. Blue. It was a blue one.
I can't remember. Time Stone would make sense in this.
Is it
but
Power
time
Stone?
is green.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I'm trying to go through the stones in my head.
It wasn't Soul Stone, I don't think.
No, it wasn't Soul. It's the first one he gets, which is the Power Stone, I think.
Power Stone.
I can't remember. If you know, email us at what the fuck is the
look it up
Power
later.
Stone at Because Movies.
But anyway,
Podcast
the weird thing was that
.com.
time didn't seem to fly by, like to go at the same amount of time.
Fly by.
Yeah, and she came out and she's like, "Okay, where's Steve?"
I did like when she gets out of the fucking machine and Howard Hughes looks at her, or Howard Stark looks at her and says, well, you're not going to need heels anymore. little gags like that. I was like, it's pretty good.
I was quite happy with this episode.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what comes next.
I love the, and I fucking wish I could remember the actor's name. The guy that's playing the voice of the Watcher. He's an incredibly good. He plays the one of the main characters in Westworld. I want to say his name's Jeffrey something. He's a wonderful stage performer. He starred in Angels in America, which is a great stage play and turned into a good miniseries on HBO. He was in fucking Brooklyn Empire. He's an amazing black actor, and I cannot remember his fucking name. But he's just got the perfect voice for the Watcher.
I was surprised they chose the Watcher. I was expecting it to be guy from Loki.
Yeah, guy from Loki.
That's
the guy who they gave the prostate exam to, checking for hernia.
I'm just bad with memory. It's just I can't think of things on the spot. It's the guy, the main bad guy in Loki.
I tell you one thing.
Who's the main bad guy in Loki?
The fucking show Loki. He's Kang the fucking Conqueror.
All right, Kang. That's it.
You're the one that told me to watch this fucking show and you don't even remember it.
I just have bad memory. You know this.
Fucking destroying my microphones, wasting my time on Kang the fucking
podcast. Well, this thing. Anyway, what would you give this out of 10?
Oh, it was good. If this was any sort of indication as to how the show goes, I don't know. I'd be like a solid 8.5 out of 10.
I'm going to say 7, which is still strong, but I'm expecting better. All right.
I do like that mine is shaped like an erect penis.
You can say that on future episodes of our show.
You can see my erect penis on future episodes of our show.
No. We cut that out. I cut that out. It's in my videos.
But if you say you cut it out, are you going to cut out the part where you say you cut it out? Because if you don't cut that out, you can make it like what do they call bonus features.
Say goodbye, Rob.
Loki. No, wait. What if? Oh, yeah. Well, what was your review? Oh, no, you said 7. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
You're just trying to get this right.
It's like a pinball.